The wife's boss wants to buy her underwear. So I'm looking for some frank advice here. My wife and I have been married for 10 years. We have 3 children, and we have a wonderful relationship. Up until approximately 3 days ago, she was my best friend. My phone was using a large quantity of data. It turned out to be a mobile app. It's not a huge deal. When I pick up the consumption statistics, though, it automatically pulls up phone calls first. I notice a 4 to 5 minute phone call at 2 a.m. to an unknown number. So I search up the number, how many calls, how long, and so on. It turns out that there have been 37 calls to this number, 25 of which had come after I had fallen asleep in bed. Many of them around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m. she was accosted by me. She has a new, excellent, work with a highly clever employer whom she admires, and made this clear to me. I've always had faith in her. All of her phone calls were to her employer. He called only 3 or 4 times. She said that everything they discussed was work-related. I insisted on it many times. Regardless, I know some of the evenings we had a few toddies, weekends. She again lied to me 2 months ago when she stated she went jogging alone at 5:30 a.m. She did, but he eventually showed there and said that he couldn't run that early. It's not a huge thing since she told me she was jogging with him, but when she came back, she maintained he hadn't even shown up. So what's the point of lying about it? It's very strange. I confronted her about it, and she said that she loves me and only has affections for me, and that she would not ruin her and his careers by cheating. She is more concerned about what she might lose than with how much she loves me. He has a high-end sports vehicle and is married with 2 children. My wife told him he needed to send her conference updates while he was on business. He eventually sends her a photo of a $750K automobile he is considering purchasing. She shows me, but it's still strange that he's texting this to his employee, right? Aside from that, she disabled messaging on her iPad and her home computer. She also reset the passwords for this account. I forced her to show me the texts she had sent to him, since she had deleted them all. So what now? Was she also having a physical affair? She states unequivocally that it was all about business. I would remark that she is to school and learning, which is not surprising. But the fact that he was responsive to her calls in the middle of the night is troubling. Update 4 days after I discovered. We've been conversing for a few days now, and squabbling, and so forth. She says that she loves me, that she has only loved me, and that she will always love me. Nothing physical ever occurred. That the new job had gotten her worked up, that someone might have killed if she had put the incorrect item in, and that she contacted him late one night to make sure what she'd done was correct. This resulted in multiple late-night calls. She confesses to calling, but claims she never emotionally cheated since it was for business. She has no affections for him, and their relationship has been and continues to be strictly business. That's okay. I am rational, and this seems to be fair. She willingly handed me her iPhone and instructed me to put spyware on it. I informed her that I would be retrieving all of the communications, and she agreed it was great. So, am I being too dramatic? But why would they be erased if they weren't incriminating? She claimed she didn't believe I'd like it if I found out she was messaging him. I said 1. Do you think I'd prefer to find out you deleted all of the messages? 2. Why should I worry if it was all professional? She's apologized about 1,000,000 times and promised it won't happen again, but I can't get over the messages being erased. It'll be interesting to see whether she deleted them when I phoned her at work to inquire about the number. If she deleted them immediately after I phoned, the texts will very certainly be. Update 2. I apologize for not updating in a long time. This is terrible. As a result, the texting persisted. The phone calls ceased. So without going into too much detail, since this could go on forever, she continued to get messages from him for the previous 7 months. He sent her a few of texts asking if he could purchase her lingerie and complimenting her on her physique. She responded by text message. Don't put me to the test, she said. He said that he would be delighted to put you to the test. Throughout the night, everything was rescued by me. We still had a terrific connection throughout this time. Love yous kissing every morning, Zex. They then attended a seminar together a few weeks ago. When I phoned, she hung up. Then she phoned him from her room to his room, so it wouldn't show up on phone records. Detail here. He contacted her from a mobile phone that didn't belong to him, so I couldn't trace it. He comes there. I also have the whole audio for this. When she arrived home, I listened. She froze entirely when she got. I couldn't believe what was going on, and that I was aware of it. Things got a little hairy. No violence, just yelling and screaming. I walked away. She spent a few days with her parents' children. She returned. Willing to work things out. Counseling was agreed upon. I'm a stumbling mess. I'm at a loss on what to do. I adore her. I think she's my soulmate. She said that they both ducked up and that they were making things happen together, and that the excitement and thrill of it all, yada yada, yada yada. But he's such a skittish predator. They continue to collaborate, albeit far less. What am I supposed to do? He claims to have informed his wife, but based on the communications I've seen, it looks he didn't tell her everything, like the part where they have sex, which is pretty clear on the audio. Story 2. I never thought this would happen to me, but my wife has just admitted to sleeping with another man. She slept with a guy who is 21 years younger than both of us. He comes from a wealthy family. She wants to have an open relationship with him, and if I don't allow her to see him, she claims she won't be able to love me anymore. In fact, once I freaked out over it, she shut down, saying she can't feel anything except numbness, and that she is meant to be polyamorous. My age is 29 years. We have 3 kids. I'm so depressed that I don't know what to do. What should I say? What my next plan of action will be? I've never been more heartbroken, and she's sobbing more over losing her boyfriend than she is about hurting me. He was going to teach her trading Bitcoin and make her wealthy, and when I challenged him and he left, she began blaming me for his departure. I'm at a loss on what to do. I don't have a good job. My wife is the one who has a good university education. She is the most ambitious of the two. I'm simply a committed parent and spouse. Well, I suppose I was. I'm feeling so uninspired. I'm tempted to commit suicide. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm afraid they'd simply condemn me, label me as weak, worthless, or whatever. She's been dramatic for a long time. She has mental health difficulties that she refuses to treat with medicine. None of this serves as an excuse, but I'm at a loss. I'm not looking for a divorce straight immediately. My parents already have a lot on their plates. My grandparents are elderly and weak, and these are difficult times. But my wife simply shut off. She claims she does not love me. She claims to be afraid of me because I had the audacity to yell and shatter her clock radio after she confessed to a stranger. And I shouldn't call them strangers since they've been conversing for months. What am I supposed to do? What can I do at this point? I simply want to feel like a guy again. I want to feel in command of the situation. I want to feel important, even if it's only a smidgen, as though they were someone deserving of respect. But years of dealing with her got me nowhere, and now it's all gone. Poof. I felt like we had something nice till she revealed it to me 3 days ago today, despite our issues, challenges, being young, and having a family. I even believed drama was meant to be a part of things, a natural order of things type of scenario. But it became more and more severe, and now I just want to die, crawl in a hole, or run away from it all, which I can't since I'm poor and have kids who need me. I've never been a person who lacked confidence. I'm not ugly. I'm not a cheater or a horrible guy. I contribute and do what has to be done. Sure, I have flaws, but for as long as I can remember. I've worshipped the floor this lady walks on, and right now I feel like everything of my confidence, all of my capacity to believe in myself, suddenly vanish. She even convinced him to come to our house, so I could speak with him. He's not a nice-looking person, he's arrogant. He's into some type of enlightenment nonsense, which my wife is also into. They're devotees of a specific Indian guru, and attempt to attain freedom from all attachment, which I assume includes me. Quick update. I informed my wife that I wanted to see the man. She would only let me meet him at our house because she was scared I would murder him if we were alone anywhere. I had to vow not to touch a single hair on his head, which I did not do. I didn't get any sleep the night before. When I finally met him, our conversation was short. I suppose I frightened him away, despite my promise not to damage him. He knew I was married since my wife had told him everything about myself and the kids. She even gave him my photo and told him he was intimidated and brave for coming. Then he abandoned her, and she's blaming me.